Once upon a yarn, a young man with dreams of entertainment started a YouTube channel. And at the start of every single video, he would say, "It's time for another look from the James Webb perspective." Welcome back to the Ultimate Gaming Run, the series where I am attempting to play through all the main games for the main roster and as many of the spirits as possible in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If this is the first time you have ever visited my channel, hi! Thanks for coming! I got more! Welcome to the cozy space of games made for actual children, where we play spin-offs that look and play like platformers to increase variety as we make our way through the enormous collection of games that makes up the mainline Kirby series, all in the name of rounding out our understanding of Kirby and his gentle nature as we see fit to topple the danger of Galeem in the world of light. Last time we played through Planet Robobot and had a lot of political commentary to make as we took down the mega corporation super conglomerate known as Haltman Industries. If you would like to see how we did that, take a look at the report I made on the subject and any of the others on my channel. This time, I wanted to really relax from all the insanity that the Kirby series has delivered to us lately and play what is by far the easiest game I have ever beaten. Kirby's Epic Yarn was released initially for the Wii and received an enhanced edition known as Extra Epic Yarn that was the last 3DS title ever released by Nintendo, which is the version I decided to play, mostly just because I already had the 3DS emulator all set up. It featured a totally different vibe from the standard Kirby game, catered much more to younger audiences, and with a very child-friendly tone that is made exceptionally clear from the very beginning as you boot up the game with almost daycare-like aesthetics and the soothing, warm voice of a calm narrator playfully telling the story. Since again, the mainline Kirby series has basically felt like I've been playing the exact same game due to the exact same engine being used for 4 games in a row, I figured taking this break was going to be a breath of fresh air. It also broadens the genres of game I'm playing here, which is partially the point of this series. It's supposed to be a walkthrough of all the games featured in Smash Ultimate, and that means variety, the spice of life. So sit back, relax, and let's just cozy ourselves into the delightful little game of Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. The story of Epic Yarn begins with the narrator telling us that Dreamland is a paradise, if you're into that sort of thing, and telling us that Kirby was just having a great time. He chooses to eat a tomato that had apparently belonged to this weirdo named Yin Yarn, who's been going around turning people into yarn. Why? I don't know, guy's a freak. Anyway, he decides to suck Kirby into his magic sock, which I don't like that he just has a sock. What are you doing with that sock, you freak? Anyway, Kirby ends up in Patchland, a wholly crafted world inside the magic sock. Everyone, I want you all to meet the final member of the Kirby alternate costume gang, Prince Fluff of Patchland. Kirby saves him from a yarn monster, or yarnster if you're hip and cool like me, and tells him that the magic yarn that holds Patchland together was stolen. So Kirby, being everyone's friend, is here to help. First impressions time. This is really cute, actually. The game right away is giving such cuddly vibes. I love it. Everything looks like it was handmade, and it seems it kinda was. The production teams at HAL Laboratory and Good Feel, who by the way also produced Yoshi's Woolly and Crafted World, took digital images of handcrafted structures and modeled them in 3D. This means that everything you see in this game had to be either crafted by hand or modeled to look like it was crafted by hand from images of the crafts, which is so cool. The aesthetic works so well for Kirby, which is why I was surprised to learn that this game was not originally even a Kirby game. It was actually called Prince Fluff's Epic Yarn, and originally told the story of Fluff searching for his lost mother. But Goodfield didn't like that too much, so they made it a Kirby game instead. The game plays so differently too. Instead of being able to float, inhale, or puff like normal, Kirby's yarn body can morph into a parachute to gently descend, a car to dash, a submarine to swim, and a bobble to swing from buttons. You use a yarn whip to collect power-ups, unravel enemies, spin their yarn into balls you can toss, and pull ribbons to reveal treasures. The game feels smooth, simple, and to be honest, really floaty. But it's so cute, and there is a lot to admire about the aesthetic offered here. Really take a second anytime you see animations, bosses, or particle effects, and you'll notice a ton of work went into the visuals. Smoke clouds are made of raw fluff, liquids are just wavy yarn strings, the enemies actually unravel when you whip them, if you're into that sort of thing, and all the morphings are totally consistent with how much yarn Kirby seems to be composed disposed of. And I love that about this game. And something else y'all should know, I'm basically a goblin when it comes to collecting shiny things in games. So these beads, which are the main collectible in currency, I want it all of it. I want every single little piece because I'm a greedy boy. Now, what do we need to do to beat the game? Pretty simple, actually. Defeat all the bosses and the final boss. We don't need gold medals in all the levels. We don't need any fancy schmancy stuff. Just get to and defeat Yin Yarn. Fun fact, it is impossible to lose in this game. Enemies do not damage you, they mug you, making you drop all your beads, which is so infuriating! If you fall into a pit, Kirby drops mad cash into the abyss, which is such bullshit! And if you don't get enough beads for a gold medal, you can just move on from the levels, feeling absolutely no worse for the wear. Like a peasant! Full disclosure, I get really mad when I get smacked in games like this and lose cash, cause I feel literally robbed. So I did my best to play this game well. I did not succeed. I also skipped making literally any purchases in any shops and never once visited the apartment given to me by Fluff's landlord. I'm on the grind 24/7, I ain't got time for that. Throughout the game, you'll find a bunch of different power-ups, including one that lets you always make a ball of yarn even if you didn't unravel an enemy, one that lets you whirlwind, one that's just a sword, and my personal favorite, the pin thrower. This one is awesome because it actually lets you whip faster, even nay, I'm not funny, God. And it tosses these pins that can kill enemies at greater distances. But while you are in the whip animation, you can greatly extend your horizontal momentum after a jump, giving you lots of movement options. You can even barely increase the height of a jump, but this is not as useful. You can also enter these metamortex vortexes and transform into I'm in a tank. Arguments are invalid again. These metamortex sections basically completely change the gameplay. You can become the aforementioned argument invalidator, a dolphin, a train, a monster truck, and more. Each transformation has different power-ups, and this keeps the gameplay fresh. After every single level, you get a patch that allows you to open the next door, and every single patch has a unique one-time animation that plays when you throw it. The amount of love that went into this game is just stellar. The first world is a casual little romp through Patchland's first area until you get to the boss Fangora. This is a really easy fight. Fangora will spit fireballs and occasionally fly into the background to fly into the foreground and hurt ya. Whip the button at the end of Fangora's tongue and pull back to smack the dragon in the face 3 times to win. Easy stuff. Every time you get a gold medal from the beads in a boss, you unlock a bonus level that you can play to unlock another bonus level. I ended up playing these when I managed to make it happen, but they are not necessary to beat the game. With Fangora's magic yarn retrieved, we stitch the next world into place. Little adorable cutscenes play in between each world, which are just so cozy and fun. Like Kirby searching for food and getting shaken off a tree by Fluff, which makes him so mad he chases him off, or them getting into a cake eating competition. It's just 2 wee lads having a good time. World 2 is a desert and heat-based world, so we have quicksand, rising lava set to remarkably calm piano music, which is kind of weird, beautiful crystal caves that Kirby has to spelunk into, which are so thin and tiny that Kirby has to literally unwind himself into a little snake to do it on some nutty putty cave timing. Please be careful. Oh my gosh, and dinosaurs! That's all I have to say about this level. The boss of this world is Hot Wings, which is a very funny boss name. And for as cool as it looks, it's pretty easy too. Smack it down, smack it into the wall, avoid lava. Now I want Hot Wings. Dang. You'll be happy to know I got them after I wrote this line. And while I enjoyed my prize, Yin Yarn was making fake people with yarn. Fucking weirdo. Where's the body pillow, Yin Yarn? Don't tell me you don't have it. The themes that make you smile continue with this lovely level of felt instruments that actually play as you navigate the world. From pianos to drums and cymbals, harps, and the French horn that, true to its nature, plays a stream of rainbow-colored notes for you to collect once you emerge from it. It's such a pretty little theme, complete with the notes that bounce out having gems in them so you want to interact with the environment. They're accurate too. The notes are all played in a row as expected and don't just play one little tune. The boss of this world is Squashini, who uses a slot machine to determine how he's going to attack you, like the Boo King from Mario Sunshine. He throws cards at you, magics up some bombs to toss at you, and overall is just a dramatic goof. I love this attack where he ties Kirby up in a knot attached to a huge bomb with a long fuse. Like, bro, are you not trying to win this fight? He's in it for the entertainment value, it seems. I gotta respect that. Guess what? It's time for the water world. Yeah, water world time. Swimming in this game has been really slow. The movement is floatier and Kirby is just so ponderous as you use this little propeller to amble forth. It's like trying to navigate a grocery store with a cart that has a pallet of water bottles on it. Or a semi-truck. A semi-truck was a better analogy, I guess. And I'm a dolphin now. Wow, I am living every 6-year-old mermaid girl's dream right now. Look at me go.
Am I a pretty girl?
This solves every single problem I had with the swimming, never mind. Water levels in this game are real pretty too. Even though water is usually just marked by a single blue line of yarn, it's very funny to see how little it takes to really sell the illusion. Since everything is made of felt and yarn, it can be easy to forget that I am probably the best gamer of all time until it is right in front of you. Not to worry, I obviously expertly achieved all of my goals the instant that I gained total control over swimming in this game, and never once did I fail to make a jump or, for example, forget that if you press the A button, you could swim faster. It is, however, a shame that I just lied to you all and I am in fact bare minimum totally coping. The boss of the water world is Kappamari, who I admit also took me a while to figure out. He starts this fight off by trying to grab you with his tentacles. I think I saw an anime like this once. You have to unravel the top of his head, and then he goes full creeper mode, shuts off the lights, and seeks to drill you with his tentacles. Now I know I've seen an anime like this. I then thought that you had to kill all these little octopi, and that was not the case, but it is the case that you should like, comment, and subscribe if you've been enjoying the video so far. Anyway, we deliver his stringy carcass to the Olive Garden for their appetizers and learn that back in Popstar, DDD has been captured by Yin Yarn, who reveals his master plan. He has no master plan. Brother's just doing this for the fun of it, apparently. I gotta respect that, honestly, what a chat. The next world is an icy one, and man, I usually hate that, but the fact that Kirby twirls when you turn around on ice is so cute, I don't even care. What I do care about is these stupid fucking Waddle Dees that are making fluff snowballs that carry me into the pit. My favorite part of this world is the fact that every single new level animation is basically just slowly unraveling the snowman in the background till he's just gone. Fuck that guy, I guess. Oh, fuck me! That was just sad. I swear on my life I meant to double tap and run, but nope. This level's cute too, though, since instead of turning into a little car when you dash, you turn into a little sled. It has different properties too, since if you're sliding fast enough, you can keep running on water. I think that's super cool. Comedy genius. So the boss is DDD, cause this is a Kirby game and there's an ice world, and he's been possessed again. Dude, how many times are you gonna relapse? How many times do I need to teach you that getting possessed means I need to beat you off? I meant up, guys. Anyway, for DDD, guess what it took me a long time to do in this fight? If you said, figure out how to beat him, you'd be correct. It took me a truly tremendous length of time to figure out that I needed to down smash him when he lunged at me. No other boss had you doing this, so I was very confused for a while about what on earth the game expected of me here. Once you do that, you need to literally pull his puppet strings off, and he has 4 hit points instead of 3. Looks like we finally have some difficulty. Defeating him was not too problematic as we moved along to the next world, themed after aliens.
What the fuck?
The aliens world is pretty cool too. We start off on a roller coasters before encountering some sick platforming sections where you are on square sine waves or needing to tie off electrical floors by pulling the string taut. I love this. It's so cutesy. We all need a bit of whimsy in our lives, honestly. Never mind. Fuck this game. My favorite level in this world, no, the whole game, is this one with the low gravity. With the pin power-up, your mobility is just stellar. You can basically clear a whole room in a single jump. Better still, I discovered that if you have the pin power-up, hold the button down after you jump so you start floating, then hold a direction and time your pins properly, you can literally just fly forever. This level was so much fun. I spent a good deal of time just having fun in it. It wasn't difficult, just memorable. The next few levels were a lot harder. Falling meteors, more enemies, zapping platforms, and then a shoot 'em up. I was not expecting this, to be honest, but I am not complaining either. The boss of this world is a hypnotized Meta Knight, and boy, howdy was he tough. Meta Knight is the hardest boss in this game, and it's honestly embarrassing for every other boss in that ranking. Every single other boss was balls easy. Let them do a thing, grab them, smack them into the wall, done. Meta Knight? He's playing a whole different game. He sends slashes in your direction that you need to pick up to smack him with, but he he also moves a ton and slashes so fast right next to you, just slices you to pieces. Also, if he is actively jumping around and you toss a yarn at him, he'll just cut it. You need to hit him only when he has overcommitted to a slash and ends up spinning, but the timing window's pretty tight. He uses various colored swords to attack, and once you've done 2 points of damage at you, he has a slash that just fills the screen, which is stupid fast and just unfair. And at 3 points of damage, he adds huge tornadoes too. Seriously, Meta Knight is a beast, and by far the most dangerous thing this game has to offer. Good for him. Once we finally defeat him, he apologizes for being a burden and says that Yin Yarn has done the thing, whatever that is. Kirby wants to get back to Dreamland, so Prince Fluff pulls out a magic sock to take him back. How long have you had that? This is the fairy godmother from Wizard of Oz saying Dorothy could have gone home whenever she wanted and only didn't tell her because she was sure that Dorothy was not going to believe her. That is some bullshit. Ugh. Regardless, we do manage to make it back to a now yarnified Dreamland and make our way to Dedede Castle where Mr. Yiga has taken up shop. Here in Dreamland, we have such amazing sights and scenes as using a tank to blow up wispy woods, continuing our tradition of committing eco-terrorism in Kirby games, harsh blowing winds that I hate with every fiber of my being, oh my god, fuck this theme, a second shoot 'em up because Nintendo
needed to apologize for their sins,
complete with Krako as a mini-boss, and then a romp through Castle Dedede before facing Yin Yarn himself, who immediately 6 Fangora on us, and then other bosses throughout. In between, he attacks us himself. It's a bit weird to have a final boss be a boss rush redux, but I guess it makes sense since this wizard created all of the other monsters. We defeat him in due time with the enemies that he summons at us and manage to retrieve the final piece of the magic yarn. Never mind, his sticks reformed him. Okay. We are now in a mech and fighting a yarn stick man. Kirby games make no sense. We finally defeat Yin Yarn once and for all and bring peace to both Patchland and Dreamland, adding yet another friend to our growing list of people that we like. Kirby keeps the magic sock and uses it as a pillow, even though it kinda smells. Gross! So, what did I think of Epic Yarn? Gosh, it's so cute. This game is so creative and sweet. Obviously, it was intended for a much younger audience than the already kid-oriented series, but it still had a lot to offer as a game, in variety of levels, power-ups, ways to play, and aesthetics. Aside from the village builder that I never ended up touching because I didn't need to care, the optional challenges and slow increase in difficulty made for a fun experience. And seeing how the environment was crafted and animated to achieve the looks of lightning, clouds, water, and fire is like watching an artist stitch together a masterpiece. The music is calm, soothing, and relaxing. The sound effects are cute and cuddly. Kirby himself has never looked cuter, especially when he's celebrating opening a new door, and the narrator is so warm and kind sounding. It reminds me of the Winnie the Pooh narrator. I loved the animated series, the movies, the PS1 video game, the cute little books. This game gave me some nostalgia for those cozy moments where I just curl up as a kid and watch the old cartoons. If I had anything negative to say, it would be that the game is occasionally a bit wonky in terms of movement. For some reason I cannot understand, in this game, be it slightly slower animation, maybe just the slower startup that he has, I had a harder time making Kirby run by double tapping the D-pad. This led to a lot of really stupid moments, and I was getting really frustrated by that because of the aforementioned getting mugged problem. In addition, and I know this is personal, every time I got smacked and lost beads, and especially every time I'd fall in a pit and just drop my life savings into it as this thing put me back in my place, I'd get so angry. I do not understand what it is about this kind of mechanic, but man, out of every game I've played so far besides Kirby's Adventure, somehow this is the game that pissed me off the most. Give me my money back, you fuck! Whatever, that's literally a skill issue. Besides that and the really stupid train power-up that is so slow and so weird to control, I had a great time with this game. It's not hard, it's not cinematic, it's not even hugely novel as a platformer. It's just good, and thus I will place it gently in C tier for cozy, yarny Kirby gaming. I'd recommend it for any kids that really enjoy this kind of cute little aesthetic. But otherwise, it's not all that impressive. With all that being said, my friends, I bid you farewell for now. I hope you have enjoyed my ramblings, and if you have, please like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. I'll see you all next time back on track for the main series. Good luck, have fun, make money, and I hope to see you next time.